everybody, this is Lisa here. I just wanted to give a quick update. Everything went well with my surgery. As you can tell, my throat's a little sore, just from where they had a breathing tube down my throat. And my abdomen is extremely sore. And I look like a drug addict. I'm not. I don't drink, I don't smoke, and I don't do drugs, but I look like it. This is where they ended up finally getting the vein. This was the 4th time they got a vein. Or they tried, excuse me. There and there. And there, they blew a vein. And they blew another vein up here. So I have lots of beating and bruising. Not really, but it feels like it. And my wrist is really sore where they ended up getting it from. And I have a feeling the next 24 to 48 hours that'll be black and blue too. I have really bad low anemia. I have anemic, and so I bruise really easy anyway. And my veins roll. So the nurse who was trying to get my vein and trying to take my blood, she said, I told her, so my veins roll, and kind of a tough stick. And after she got the first attempt in, and she was trying to dig around for my vein, I'm like, stop, don't dig. I said, please don't do that. That's not okay. And my vein blew. She goes, oh yeah, you are a tough stick. Please know your body. Because I sure did, and I told her, and she still didn't listen. But that's okay. 4th time's a charm, right? Goodness. So yesterday they did find a small mass, and they biopsied it, and they sent that out for testing, and I'm waiting for the pathology reports for that. The hernia, which was the big issue that they were worried about, is not an obstruction for my other surgery, so that's a huge blessing. So they'll be able to do that surgery in about 6 months or so. The doctor was extremely nice and extremely kind and took his time and really just talked to us. And I'll know within the next few days when my next surgery will be. So I'm extremely blessed and thankful that is not an obstruction, and I won't have to have that surgery done at the same time or before my other surgery. So that's a huge blessing. Spoke to my cardiologist today, and he was glad that everything went as well as it did. He was worried, and he called yesterday to the hospital twice to check on me, which I didn't even know about until today. So I'm very relieved and feel much better now about things, and just trying to keep going forward. All I can do is keep looking up. And as I was telling somebody else today, it's not about a number on the scale. It's about my healing within. It's about healing with my depression, with my anxiety, with my overeating and my binging. It's about everything. It's about healing. And that's what I'm beyond ready to do. So I just want to thank everybody for the texts, the phone calls, the messages, the comments. It means so much that you're taking your time just to call and check on me, or to leave me a comment here on YouTube or whatever. It means a lot. So thank you very much. And as I've said in previous videos, I am not one who will call and say, I need something. Or if somebody calls me and says, hey, do you need anything? Or I'm running here, running there. I'm the worst person, and I really struggle with it, just saying I need help with, and allowing someone to serve me. And I really struggle with that. My mom went with me to surgery, and this is the first time that I've allowed someone to go with me when I had any type of medical things. And I think the biggest reason was because my mom and I talked not that long ago, and she's just like, you gotta allow people to help you. You're not only blessing yourself, but you're blessing somebody else to allow them to serve you. And I'm just really nervous and apprehensive about everything, and I appreciate the support. But for those of you who say, hey Lisa, do you need anything? I'm never going to say yes. You can keep asking, but I'm not going to say yes. Or I'm not going to tell you what I need help with. So I apologize in advance. I'm just not one who's going to do that. My daughter realizes that, and a sister from church picked her up from school yesterday. And my daughter, knowing that I was really struggling today and that I was not feeling well, she called this specific sister and she said, "Hey, would you mind to come get me and let me come over for a little while? My mom's really not feeling well and she's trying to rest, and I want it to be quieter here for her." So that was super sweet. And my daughter knows that I'm not going to be the one who's going to reach out and say, "Hey, would you mind to come get?" Or "Would you mind to do?" So she took it upon herself and she reached out to somebody. So that meant a lot. And I'm glad that she was able to do that. So, my son, when I got home last night, he was helping me with stuff and doing the dishes and cleaning up. Wasn't expecting that. That's not a norm for him. So I appreciate that, Bubs, a lot. So, yeah, it's those little things that mean the most. So anyway, I just wanted to give you a quick update and tell everybody thank you very much. As soon as I find out my next surgical date, then I will post something on here. For now, all I really can eat is soup. And I did have Jell-O, and that was so hard waiting for it to set up in the fridge. I wanted something to eat so badly, and I was sick of soup. I made a big pot of soup before I went into the hospital, and I was sick of soup, and I wanted something different. So I made some sugar-free Jell-O, and waiting for that to set up, and I didn't have any ice, and I didn't have room to put it in the freezer. I was so anxious for it to be done. Oh, I was going to pull my hair out before it was ready. So I didn't, and I waited, and it was so good. It was gone pretty quick, let's just say that. So, and it really felt good going down my throat. So very soothing, actually. And somebody else just told me marshmallows help, but I'm trying to stay away from sugar, so I did not have marshmallows. Even though we have some here in the house, I did not have any marshmallows. I only had Jell-O, and it was sugar-free, so I'm doing much better. I'm really working on my binge eating and trying to stay away from my red light triggers and my red light foods and stay with my green and yellow. Green foods are things that I can have anytime. It's not a problem. They're not things that trigger me. They're things that are high in protein, that are good for me. And then my fruits and vegetables. And I have to put my fruits kind of in the yellow category just because I've got to be careful. Also in the yellow category are things that like rice and starches, my pastas and stuff like that. Those are things I can have, just not very often and not a lot of them. So, and then in my no-goes in my red category that I cannot have, or at least not today, soda, candy, chocolate. There's somebody that just told me about something and I really want to get it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to afford it, but I want to look into it. It's called Yo Nanas, and it makes ice cream. Not really ice cream. You just put solid fruit in it, it comes out. You put frozen solid fruit in, and it comes out as like ice cream. And I had somebody who brought me a little bit of it, and it was absolutely phenomenal. And it tasted just like ice cream. And all it was 100% fruit. So I'm going to have to get that because that is something that I really like, ice cream. And that would be something that I could still have a treat for myself. Yet it would not be something that would cause me to binge. Regular ice cream or chocolate in particular. Dark chocolate I still allow myself to have a little bit, but it's in my yellow list. But I just have to really watch those things, especially breads. Breads are my weakness, breads and sweets. So I might allow myself to have a little bit for Thanksgiving, but other than that, I'm trying to completely steer clear of it and just really watch what I am putting in my mouth, because there are things that set me off personally and that cause me to binge. So, well, I'm gonna go ahead and end here. My throat's kind of hurting, so I'm getting ready to go have a little bit of broth. I just took some Tylenol a little while ago, so I waited until my throat felt a little better before I made the video. So, I'm gonna go ahead and end now. I hope you guys have a great day. And until next time, let's look up and let's let go together. You all have a great day. For the comment of the day, tell me a food that is something that's hard for you to resist, or something that you really find that maybe it causes you to crave other things, or that you might overeat or indulge too much on. Like I said, mine's sweets. Any type of pastries, or breads, or pies, or cakes, or yeah, all those. So yeah, well, you guys have a great day. So until next time.